Welcome to the Ascension, Wisconsin Podiatric Medical and Surgical Residency Program. We welcome you to the great city of Milwaukee and the great hospital here that we have, as well as the system that we have. Our residents are well trained and on their pathway to become board certified in foot and reconstructive ankle surgery. We'll have the residents be speaking to you about why they came here and what their experiences have been while they've been here and what they plan to do in the future. We have a diverse academic structure as well as many physicians to learn from for your future. So welcome again to our residency program. Thank you.
Ascension in itself is unique, but Ascension Milwaukee, I think, is the program most people should want to come to.
When I visited here, I saw the expertise of a lot of the older residents. I knew I wanted to emulate that.
I think surgical volume was something that was super important for me to be able to see kind of different procedures, have different attendings that have trained all over the country and have been taught different ways to do things. So having the kind of variability and having the tools in your toolbox to be able to do procedures when I graduate here.
I would say Ascension is a great place to go if you are a self-driven learner, someone that wants to take on challenges and learn how to get better every day.
You're involved in the decision-making process. The attendings here really give you a lot of autonomy, and they often ask us how we would correct a certain pathology.
I had heard great things about this program, kind of the high surgical numbers, the closeness with the attendings, the closeness with the other residents. So, rotated here, loved the academics, loved the interactions I had with them, and then I also loved the city, and we're close enough that I can make a day trip home if I absolutely need to.
It doesn't matter where you are. Anybody can live somewhere for 3 years, but the people you're with, the ones that you want to be when you're the chief resident, the ones you want to be when you leave and actually start either with fellowship or with practice, it's paramount. They ultimately shape you and your attributes and characteristics to be the physician that you want to be.
I think if you want elite surgical training in podiatric surgery, I think this is a program you have to look at. We do so much volume and such a variety of cases. I am confident that students that come here are almost always very pleasantly surprised with their experience here.
From a podiatric medical training standpoint, there's only one residency here, so it's not very highly saturated, and I think that really helps with our surgical volume.
It's definitely a place where you'll get hands-on surgical practice from day one. Our surgical numbers are probably unmatched relative to other residency programs, and I think that that's really highly valuable. When you have 3 years to learn how to do surgery for your specialty, you want to get the most volume with the most diversity possible.
We tend to send a lot of residents to pretty well-known fellowships, and those a lot of the time tend to be who you know, can they get you a foot in the door? And I know that a lot of our attendings have gone quite out of their way, making phone calls, contacting, speaking very highly of us, helping us make those connections, whether it's getting a fellowship, getting a job here, or trying to get a job somewhere else in the country.
Our program does a great job of, we see one, we do one, and then we can kind of teach one, and we kind of help each other out. We're teaching the younger residents, but also our attendings are willing to teach us.
Beyond podiatry, we do obviously a lot of off-service rotations with the vascular team and radiology and that sort of thing, and all of those attendings that I've worked with seem to love to teach and really take us under their wing and try to get us the best education we can while we're here.
We have attendings that train all over the country, and I think it's important to bring those different ideas here, and we can formulate what best way to treat a patient.
We have a vast variety of attendings, 30 plus, with a mixture of both podiatry and MD-DOs. So the training that we see, it's varied, which means that you have the opportunity to pick what you like, what you don't like, and learn from both. So the exposure we get, I think, standalone makes this program one of the best choices in the nation.
I think the most amazing thing about Milwaukee is the diversity. You can go to the north side, south side, west side, and you have different suburbs and different areas of the city that have different patient populations. It's something that's really cool to see, and you get definitely a variety. And besides having the beautiful lake and great sports and breweries and stuff like that, it's a great place to be. So.
Milwaukee is like a perfect size. I actually kind of think it's like a hidden gem. I think the water's pretty. When I was here as a student, I would just go down and run by the water, and the weather's just really nice. And I don't know, there's a lot to do here. There's always festivals going on. And I think the cool part about our program is that we're all friends too outside of work.
I really love that these residents are so close and we're kind of hanging out with each other from day one, first year, second years, third years. We're all just kind of a big family, and it really makes the transition into residency life so much fun and a lot easier.
To me, and growing up moving around all the time, it's the people that make the place. And I think if I'm going to be somewhere for 3 years, I want to be surrounded by people who are going to challenge me, encourage me, that are going to push me further than what I thought I could go, but also obviously be there to pick me up if I do falter.